So you and I talked last week, Renee. Tell me, did you have a chance to run any ads with it?
I got to the point where I needed to choose I was on Facebook. I went into Facebook and I was going to create a Facebook ad, and I'm choosing my goal. And so there are 3 goals to choose from. You can choose traffic, leads, or conversions. And I was thinking I needed the conversions because I actually want them to go to my website and do something. And then it told me I needed a pixel. And I was in the process of getting a pixel because I didn't have a pixel yet. So I went back and I just did leads so I could go a little further. And I was to the point where I was doing a lead capture page.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a great point. So the easiest way to start is just do leads.
Okay.
Because what leads does is leads keeps you on Facebook. Will take you off of Facebook. So when you're doing this for yourself or for your clients, just do leads. It's super simple and super clean. And what basically happens then is you'll set up a lead capture form, which the app walks you through. It's super easy. You just click a couple buttons. And then once that's done, then the ad will go, people will opt in, the ad will automatically populate with the leads credentials that they use to log into Facebook with, like name, email, phone, and it'll create a lead sheet that when the time comes, we can show you how to pipe that back to your customer or yourself. But that's the simplest way. Because if you don't...
I was just going to say, so I did that. So I was like, oh, okay, I can't do that. So I did. And then it just automatically generated all of these ads. And I'm looking at it right now and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, awesome.
I chose some niches. I kept it kind of general. I did small business. I did, fitness, wellness, because it first came up and it did like airlines and stuff. And it looked like it was just going from the beginning of the alphabet. So I targeted it a little bit differently and I said small business, and then I chose my geography, and I chose the state I'm in, which is Arkansas, and then it just, and it is amazing. And I didn't approve the content yet for it to actually do the ads, but I'm to that point. So I was waiting for today to make sure.
Click it, man, rock and roll it. Okay. So when it comes to there's 2 things we're talking about here, right? There's the us running ads for our own bib, and there's the running of ads for your customer, the local business. So when it comes to targeting for the local business, that's super easy because it's a physical, graphical location. It's a radius. And so let's say you're working with a yoga studio, right? You would just be like, hey, how far do people travel for your studio? So you'd input that, and then you'd be like, hey, tell me about your best, do you work with men, women? Is there a certain age? Yeah, we work with older women that do yoga. So then you can pop in the gender, you can pop in the age, and then you can just type in a couple of interests like yoga. Done. That's it.
It is so easy.
Yeah.
It is amazingly easy.
Now, as far as you, yes, it is. As far as you, Renee, advertising your business, then what you want to do is you want to think about your vertical. The targeting that the AI will present is a function of the inputs on the front end. So the website that you put in and the prompt that you put in.
Okay.
So the best way to hack that, because again, all we're doing is we're needing to tell the system what we want it to do, right? So AI functions on inputs. The cleaner the inputs, the better the outputs. The sharper the inputs, the better the outputs. So the best hack, Renee, and for everybody, is go find a company that serves your niche, your vertical, your target, in the same thing that you want to serve them with. So go find, for example, if I was doing yoga studios, I would go find a company that does lead gen for yoga studios. And then I would just use their website. Because remember, we're not sending traffic to their website. We're just using it as a framework for the AI to feed from.
That's awesome.
It's the simplest hack in planet Earth. So again, that's why starting with the vertical is so important. You got to know, and you want to be sharper. So I love that you've done fitness, But remember, you want to go a level deeper. We talked about this in the first week. If you're doing fitness, then you want to do, like, let's say you're doing, I don't know, exercise. Well, you wouldn't want to do like Gold's Gym or Planet Fitness. You'd want to go one level deeper and be like, you know, fitness for MMA people or Pilates. The riches are in the niches.
Like CrossFit.
Perfect. Yep. So now what you do is for you to advertise your bib to help CrossFit gyms or whatever what are they called? Boxes or pods? WODs or something?
Oh, yeah, they're actually.
Yeah. So make sure you get the language right. We talked about that.
Yes.
So CrossFit has its own unique language, and you can use ChatGPT for that, right? You don't want to advertise to the dentist, I'm going to help you get clients, right? I learned that one the hard way. So get clear on your vertical, your niche, your target, crystal clear, especially if you're advertising for yourself. Yo, you can advertise across the whole United States. So you can get super clear.
Okay.
Find a company that does lead gen for CrossFit studios or whatever they are, gyms. Use their website, and then when you prompt, just type in what you're trying to accomplish. The ads will populate, and if there's anything in there that's specific to that company, just remove it or change it. And then when you get into your lead form, the next step is when you get into your targeting, then the targeting will see very clearly, oh, this is lead gen for CrossFit gyms, and it'll pull up way cleaner targeting for you. The reason you had cloudy targeting is because you started with a cloudy prompt, which is totally fine because you can still tune it.
Yes.
And then the only other thing to overlay with your targeting is you're searching now for business owners, right? So some simple ways to identify business owners inside of Facebook are Facebook page admins, small business owners. There's some general targeting like that. And you always want to test different targeting. You're already testing 5 different variables of headline, image, and copy, split tested. You already got a ton of testing going on there. The only other thing I'd suggest you do is once you have that ad launched, go ahead and just launch it again and change the targeting and test a couple of different targetings. One of which just don't do any targeting, just keep it open. And now you'll get a really good horizontal cross section to let the AI and the ads and the Facebook algorithms and inventories and all the auctions just kind of let the cream rise to the top. And then you just go in more with the winners. Just let the system do its job, let the cream rise to the top, and you'll leverage it. We talked about back in week 1. How did we say we could beat anybody on planet Earth? Do you remember, Renee?
Not make it complicated. Just test.
Bingo. I'll slaughter any media company out there because I'll just test more. And now with AI, and you can push a button. Remember we talked about you can find a VA with one functional toe and an eyeball that works. Not against any, people in that condition, but I'm saying like that's all you need because you can test and you can identify the winners through the testing. You no longer need to be identifying the winners through your brain power. Renee, is this helpful?
Yes, very much so. I have one quick question.
Sure.
I did not use the same email that I used for my CBI enrollment. Does that matter?
You're talking about to set up your AI ads?
Yes.
Not at all.
Okay. That was it.
Are you good? Are you clear? What's your next action?
I'm going to do this ad. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it run, and then I'm going to re-release it again. I'm going to change the target and make it a little more narrow. And then I'm going to do one for my business because I was doing it for the AI.
Yep. Go find a website of a Pilates company that does lead gen.
Okay.
That's your first move. Go ahead and push go on this ad, but before you do anything else, because the production of the ad framework, architecture, structure is a direct result of 2 things. The website URL you put in there, and then the prompt you give it. You do those 2 things well, everything else downstream is 100 times easier. So punch go, but then slow down a minute and get clear Pilates lead gen companies. And just find a website that looks good. And it doesn't need to just be we generate leads with Facebook. It could be we just do marketing for Pilates companies. It's a 10-minute thing. Just go look. Okay, this one. And you could do a split test where you test 2 different source websites as well if you want.
This is very helpful because it lets me know how specific I need to be. So I'll have a different ad for each of my little specific niches. Like we
Remember,
were
with two.
talking about.
Start with two. Start with
Okay.
two or three. If you're running ads, start with two because you got plenty to do with two.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're doing manual outreach, then you can do a little bit wider. But with ads, you now have the power of the Facebook algorithm on your side working your business for you. So I would just do two. You can even start with one. Just see if you can get traction with Pilates, because with ads, you can run that for a week and then change and invest $100 here, $100 there, done. So don't do two when you're running ads. Do one.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Good
Thank
work.
you so much.
I'm proud of you.
I'm so
Okay.
excited. I can do this stuff. I just love it. I absolutely love it. It's so fun. It's like a video game or something.
It is, and it's so easy, and it's not, you're doing it on your own. You got this powerhouse of tech right there with you, making sure you stay on the rails. You can't break anything. You can't screw it up. It's incredible.